around women, but the most important goddesses were black. Not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a women, but the most important goddesses were black. Not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body.
Move.
Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. That's right, family. Get your water on. Drink it. I know some of y'all already been up and already did your little water ritual, but get it. You know what I'm saying? Get it in if you haven't. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Take that breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Come on, stretch it out a little bit. You know, we can't really work with our ancestors if we all tight. Come on, loosen up just a little bit. A lot of energy to flow through your body. Family, family, family. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother High Tim, and this is the Daily Toast, and of course you know it is a Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive to blow up your old pedage. Family, if you would, like and share, comment, click the bell or whatever you on, whatever they use on, whatever you're looking at us on, so that you know when we are going live, especially during these quarantine times and this summer. So my hours have changed, but I don't know what they are. I know some people be like, I don't know when you're going on, brother. I tell me, you just, it's called digital guerrilla warfare. I'm dropping it, and you can't keep up. And it's cool, family, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got to get on our Discord, or you got to click the notification so that you know. Great Nia, to you as well, Sister Sheila. How are you doing this morning? I know you got your, sipping on that ambrosia. See, I might have to send you some. And oh my God, the teacher is up in the room right now. Everybody give it up for Sister Sheila and Miss Janice. Here we go. Family, I know some other people out there. Go on, like and share, family. We're trying to spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Because it is important that we do some lineage therapy. That's right, family. We got to go on and reflect on the wisdom of our ancestors and speak their names.
show our love because they are extended members of our family. Unfortunately, we got caught up in this Western concept of death because for them it's over. But for us, it's just the beginning. So, like I said, this is why you go to some places and there's an extra seat at the table or there's an extra plate being made. You know what I'm saying? Because the ancestors are real. And they are here and they're whispering in our ears and they're giving us the wisdom. But sometimes we have to slow down and listen. That's why I said I'm playing a number today. Because some ancestors was whispering to me and I'm like, okay, let me go out here and let me go and run these numbers real quick. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm going to do some other stuff, but the numbers is just one of the things that, but like I said, sometimes we got to learn how to stay still and listen. And sometimes you can start thinking that you're going crazy because, you actually start to connect, especially those of us who have people that was we was very close to. Because you be having a problem and you'll hear their voice. I can hear my grandmother's voice sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm about to do some shit I ain't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Or when I'm confused, I can hear my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? It's real. And what we have to start doing is we start plugging into that every day. You know what I'm saying? We got to make that part of our existence. That's part of that lineage therapy because part of this whole idea that they brought us into and stripped us of our name and stripped us, stripped us down. They stripped a lot of stuff away from us. We lost contact with a very, very vital part of us. You know what I'm saying? We done broke down from the big family unit to the nuclear family. You understand what I'm saying? And in that nuclear family, we are very limited. We come from large families, cousins, and boom, boom, boom. That's part of our tradition, and those ancestors fit right into that tradition. Man. So let's go and do this toast. We're gonna do the toast real quick, and then we'll go through some news or whatever. And if y'all got some stuff y'all want to throw up that y'all want to talk about, throw it up. We got a couple of minutes before I got to get up out of here. But y'all know we got a long list because the family has been coming out. And they've been sending the ancestors. We had a show last night, Tribal Quotes. It was cool. Actually, it was great because Sister Regina called in, but that was her day. She shows up for her day. She, you know what I'm saying? Not just that, but but it's kind of good because when she do come, she brings that positive, well, let's say that balanced energy. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be too positive or too negative. We want to walk through this world balanced because you never know when you might need to go and, pull on a certain side of yourself, right? So let's go. I'm gonna sip on some unfiltered ambrosia this morning. Let's see if we can get us a pop this morning. Can we get us a pop? I love for y'all to see the pop. Let me raise it up a little bit so that Facebook can see. Oh man! Oh my God! You don't fail me at all, man. Let me get some of that smoke, man. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Oh my God! And look at how it pours. Look at how it pours. Oh my God, that's enough for now. Ooh, you been this batch, man. So it took me a second because I got people ordering already, right? So I had to find honey. I went to 2 health food stores and the big containers of honey, they don't have it. So I had to go through my little Rolodex and find me a beekeeper. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, you get the 5-pounder, that'll be $26. I said, wow, okay, that's about the same price I paid at the store. I said, well, I know you sell the bucket. He said, but that starts at about 30 pounds, and I can get that to you for a reasonable price. And he told me the price. I said, I'll be there tomorrow to get my 30 pounds of honey. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of it. I know, I'm gonna have about 10 pounds left. Ooh. I do know what to do with it. Okay. It just hit me. It, like I said, but, because the answer, yeah, I know exactly what to do with it. All right, here we go. So, family, we're going to toast. We lift up our glass. We salute the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We call on that great force. We know that it's always around us, that great energy. We know that it's always present. It's always here. But it's good to be conscious of it. And right now, we're becoming conscious of it, and we can feel it flowing from the bottom of our feet to the top of our head. We lift up our glass, and we salute that creator, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to our ancestors. You ready? I'm going to go down the list as far as I can. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 pages in the black book. All right, here we go. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert and Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pimenel, Nomo X, Pet Mott, Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Hayes, Grace Lundy, Inez Hayes, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy, right there, Gail Pulliam, the Luxter brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Mel Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Ango Sosu, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Kitchener Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Spell, Slimmy Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, Debbie Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie E. Quells, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols. Now, I don't want to be making up names. Where we at? Let's start at James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, Jane Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Harry Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Dan Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Allen Ohio, Frank and Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Alice Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dilly Monares, Gene and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Ines Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scannabay, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nayland Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Ann Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwyneth and Bob Hatch, Kim Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McCain, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, as Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Ax Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mae Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Carwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevada Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Evers McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. We move on. We got the Black Book. We got Joella Giles. We got James Carswell. We got Liberta Adams, also known as our sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Dramonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner. Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner. Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Siemens, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Reaper, Oscar Kane, Archie Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Munger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jasandra Lynette Lewis, Anderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henrietta II, Fannie Webb, Dan Walton, Al T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Charlton Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.L.R. Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnilla Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Cofer, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toop the Don, Sabre Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, LaVonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesling, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Riley, Mona Yolanda Hunter, and Yvonne Patrice Turner. Family, we lift up our glass, man, and I feel so good to do it. We lift up our glass and remember our ancestors. Going back to a term that was said to me years ago, hell for African is being forgotten, and we strive never, ever to forget our people. Family, we lift up our glass. We salute those who took care of us when we could not take care of ourselves. We salute those who gave us the inspiration to live the lives that we live in. We salute those who cooked for us when we couldn't cook for ourselves, who gave us treats, who also may even disciplined us when we needed it. right? We lift up our glass and we salute those ancestors. And with that, we say the mighty word, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to the present moment. Right now, I want to give all of the Nia babies a round of applause. I know I am a Coogee baby. I am a Coogee baby, but I love Nia's color, man. It is nothing to me more beautiful than a black woman in a yellow dress. Lord have mercy. Oh, I ain't even gonna say a dress, just yellow. I just love it, how it hits the skin, especially on a sunny day. Oh my God. But anyway, I digress. But here we go. So today is Nia family. We are raising our glass and we are saluting this present moment. Right now we are in Nia, and as you know, we have uncolonized or basically recolonized the week, and we have taken it over and we have put our principles in the place where the days are. Right? So family. family. For those that are new here, every day I ask for the family to please, if you would, take some time, activate your reticular formation and look for your principle. Today's principle is Nia. I want you to get out there. I want you to search for it. Search high and low. If you are in the house because of quarantine and you being safe, it's in your home. It's in your family. It's in your business. Nia is going on. And family, most importantly, I ask you to live your life on Nia. Many of us exist in a state of accidental occurrences. I'm saying remove yourself from the club and get on Nia. For those that don't speak the language, Nia means purpose. The mnemonic principle for the day is balance. The color is yellow. Rhythm is the Hermetic law. The male name for the day is Kofi, and the female name is Afua. So we lift up our glass and we salute this present moment. We salute the power of this moment. Remember the power of this moment, and we will utilize it. We will utilize it in the moment. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, finally move to our future generations. We lift up our glass. Man, oh man, oh man. We lift up our glass to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. All right, because many of the people that do tune in here, we work with a lot of babies. Those future leaders, right? Oh, my God. We lift up our glass and we salute them. Can't wait to see what they become. Can't wait to see what they do, because I already see the greatness that they are in the present. So we lift up our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. From there, fam, where do we go? From here, from the future, we move to all of our relations. We toast all of our relations and we say Ashe. Shouts out to the visionary out there. How you living? How you doing? I'm doing great. How you doing? Right? We lift up our glass and we salute all of our relations and we say Ashe. From there, family, this is that selfish toast. This for all of you out there that's pouring into other people. So now, allow for yourself to pour into yourself, or at least open up and let the universe pour into you. What is it that you need in this moment to move towards your greatness, to move towards your higher state of being, to move towards the what you was created to do right here for, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, what do you need in this moment to fulfill why you chose to be born? And I do say chose. Because family, we are a people of purpose, and we got to understand you coming here was not no damn accident. Our children coming here was not no damn accident. We chose the time we was born in. In many cases, I even go as far as say we even chose our parents and chose a lot of the fucked up experiences that we went through. It was something that we came here to deliver. It was something we came here to get. And the only thing you got to do in this moment is to just think about what that is. All right? I say from there, family, last but not least, I want to lift up my glass and I want to salute the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, the most inspiring, the most beautiful, powerful, energetic, inspiring individual in the room. I lift my glass to you and I salute you, and we say, Ashe. Where my glass? Give me my glass. Ashe. 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 Y'all see I'm using that berry. Man, no, my grape. That's grape. I keep saying berry. Lift up our glass. Let me go and sip on some of this. God damn. Lord have mercy. You know, I had to do my, it's good though, but I gotta do my daily commercial. Lord have, Man, but anyway. All right, so real quick is, you know, where my fuckery alert at? Where the fuckery alert? Where is it at? There we go. Yup. Fuckery's afoot. We about to find some. There's some good stuff going on too. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So, we're going to switch screens real quick. Pow. There we go. And we're going to go over here. Okay. Let y'all see some of the stuff that's going on the timeline. Join us on our Facebook page at Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Or at Gye-Nyame Journey. Just come on, check us out, family. Look, here we go. All right, there I go announcing the toast today. Oh, look at Miss Sheila. Look at Miss Sheila there. Oh, man, I'm surrounded by beautiful women. Good God Almighty. Listen. All right. This was posted up by Sister Navita, and the flyer was created by Sister Navita. So let's go and give it a gander. Let's go to the full screen. I want to enlarge it. Let's see. Oh man. So we got the scheduled events out. We got Brother Greg Carr coming, keynote speaker. We got the drum call, Elder Tony, and opening by Dr. Kelsey. We got yoga with Sister Roni. I set Violet Fire. We got cooking with Christine, interactive cooking show. Maybe we might be able to get something going on a regular basis. Oh man, hey! Nobody asked you to do that. You know, that's the problem. You know, it'd be like, they be doing too much. Just pause. All right. So then after she do her cooking, we got 15 minutes with Brother Malik Willoughby. Now, this event will be on June 20th from 12 to 6 p.m. It will be online. So I'm going to be sending out links to all the people that's going to be doing their stuff. And we're gonna do this big. All right. We got music with Brother Shaka. Oh, okay. Out of Cleveland. We got Philip Shock Matthews from 315. What? They got this backwards. All right. Yeah, that's wrong. All right. Yep. I should have looked at the times. So actually, Shaka will be 2:15 to 3, and then Philip Shock Matthews will go from 3 to about at least 3:30. They I see what's going on, but it's cool. We got Earth Jallo from 3:30 to 4:15. That is not what I. And her piece is embracing your femininity and what that looks like in 2020. Okay, and then we got keynote speaker, Brother Greg Kamati Carr, Dr. Professor Greg Carr gonna be coming on. He's gonna be addressing the family. I would suggest you be there. And then we got a live band. We're gonna have a live band. We're gonna have B Jazz and friends. So I gotta talk with them this weekend and get everybody set up. I'm gonna make some adjustments to the schedule. But anyway, let's get it. All right, from there, family, where do we go? All right, we're gonna move off of this page. We're gonna go back to Gye-Nyame Journey. We're gonna keep going down the timeline. All right, like and share that if you would, please. You know, share it amongst your friends. Dave Chappelle dropped something. I think it came out last night, and it's 8:46. 846. Told you I'm playing the numbers, right? Told you I'm about to go out and drop some money on these numbers. I ain't gonna tell you what number I'm gonna play. I ain't gonna say what number I'm saying. I'm not gonna tell you what number I'm playing, right? But this is a real good piece. You need to go see this. Now, it's not hilariously funny. It's more of a mature comedian addressing an issue. It's a few laughs in there, but it's Dave Chappelle being raw and honest and dealing with the trauma that all of us, those of you that seen that whole video. I haven't seen the video. You understand what I'm saying? I know. You ain't got to tell. I know. All right. Let's go another flyer. You can share that. Let people know about DigiFest. Go on, let's start talking about DigiFest. This show from last night. 7 engagements, 13 people reached. Okay. So that show ain't do too well. All right. Oh, well, that's life. So you win some, you lose some, and you learn. And that's what we doing here at Gye-Nyame Journey. There we go. Travel quotes. Well, goddamn. I take that back. My fault. Oh, what was this? Oh, this was me on Instagram. Okay. But this is the show. My fault. Shit. 151 people reached, 25 engagements, 11 comments, 2 shares, 60 views. Family, y'all be showing out for, man, listen, y'all be showing out for Gye-Nyame, man. I can't wait. Listen, we got some surprises for you, man, because we got young people that game. You gonna be, listen, not only are you gonna be able to watch Gye-Nyame Journey all day. You already see me experimenting with DigiTV. Now we're just trying to build the content. So right now, I have the young man, Shamar. Right now, he's experimenting with some stuff, and he's going to get some of the young boys, and they're going to be on here gaming. So you're going to be able to watch some of these games and see why some of these young people get hooked on some of these games. And they're going to be having discussions with the game. I'm waiting for Sister Tracy to develop her show. I'm waiting for Sister Navita to develop her show. And like I said, there's other people out there that I'm working with. Sister Janice is going to be doing her show, and I'm going to be broadcasting. I'm going to hook up with her and help her, you know what I'm saying, build up her audience, because she's a master educator. So she's going to bring some good information for families, as well as possibly drop some study tips for students, teachers, and parents. You know what I'm saying? Because she's been in the game a long, we old. God damn, we old. All right, let me stop. All right, so let's go and, all right. Yeah, so, wow, 60, wow. All right, so now let's look. Let's look at how many of our listeners in this group. Are you in the top 1%? Is the question. I'm going to play this number. I ain't going to say what number I'm going to play. I'm not going to tell you what number I'm going to play. I'm not saying that the number going to come out, but I'm just letting y'all know I am going to play a number, because when I woke up this morning, the ancestors were speaking to me. And they don't always come to you in voices. And sometimes they come in voices you recognize, sometimes they come in voices that you don't recognize. But I wake up and I look at my Twitter feed, and on my Twitter feed, a number is on. And I'm like, whoa, okay, let me go look at this number. And then I heard that performance. I said, well, whoa. And I heard this number over and over again. I ain't going to say what number. I ain't going to say the number. Right? But, check out Dave Chappelle little piece. If you want a hint. All right, so now let's go on and see how many of us is in the 1%. All right, are you in the top 1%? Here's how much money you need to earn in the U.S. In 2018, the median U.S. household income was 63,200, according to the Census Bureau. 63,200. This is a household, right? A household, 63,200. Now, black folks brought that number down. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. Yeah, we brought that number down, All right, but anyway. So let's see. One measuring stick used to evaluate individual wealth is whether or not you rank among the top 1% of the income earners in the U.S. Let's see what you need. Because some of us be balling out. I want to see how many of us is on this list. According to the recent Federal Reserve data, because I know a lot of us on this list, right? Right? Because we be balling, man. Come on, let's see. According to recent Federal Reserve data, the wealthiest Americans owned about $36.8 trillion in assets before the coronavirus pandemic hit in 2020. Now, let me say this. Now, the pandemic has benefited the top group. Hold on. That's just shy of the 37.7 trillion in assets by the tens of millions of people who make up the 50th percentile to the 90th percentile of predominantly middle-class Americans. So the wealthiest 1% own as much wealth as the group of people between the 50th percentile and the 90th percentile. And that shit is wrong. And let me tell you why it's wrong. Because, and I do not understand, this has got to be the dumbest group of white people in the history of, listen, let me say this. The middle class's job is to be a buffer between the rich and the poor. So the rich have to buffer those in the middle with enough money that they feel they have something to lose if the rich are eliminated, if the rich are looted. And what we see now is we see individuals with such a level of greed that they don't have enough sense to shore up their security. As a matter of fact, they stealing from their security. There's no reason why the 1% should almost equal the amount of money that the 50th to the 90th percentile. I want y'all to think about that. And I want y'all to understand how small 1% is, just for those that don't know. Dollars are divided into cents. Per cent mean by cent, or cent is small, right? Per cent, per 100. 1% is 1 penny out of 100. So if you was to imagine this, this is saying that one particular penny is worth about 40 other pennies. One special penny is worth 40 pennies. Or better yet, let's look at it like this. If you take the 1%'s wealth, right, out of 100, they would control out of that dollar, they probably control like 40 cents out of every dollar that flows in our economy. Not only in the economy, but as far as wealth, they control 40 cents of it, which is very stupid. They should allow themselves to grow past 20%. Because now, not with the coronavirus unleashing and revealing certain truths, and then with dumbass police officers just exposing shit that black folks knew for a long time, it's not looking good for that 1% right now. I'm just saying. It may not be long before a size of wealth controlled by the top 1% passes that of the middle class. So they got more money. They're close to, and they might have, after Corona, they might have it. Between the third and fourth quarters of 2019, the top 1% wealth grew by more than 1.5 trillion, while Americans in the 50th to 90th percentile saw a 570 billion spike. In order to be considered part of the top 1% in the U.S., I know some of y'all out there is in it. Let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed. You need to earn about $488,000, according to a recent analysis conducted by Bloomberg News. Unsurprisingly, that number varies significantly across the world. For instance, in Australia, individuals need to earn about half of that to be part of the wealthiest group. In America, to be part of that wealthiest group, you have to, and they talking about earn. Now, a lot of us, we confuse earnings with wealth, just like we confuse credit with wealth. There's a big difference. I was listening to a show yesterday, and it's a young white boy. He been getting a lot of clicks because he been talking about the stimulus, but he talks about stock and real estate. And he says, you can take $9,000 and turn it into $1 million. I showed you. At 19 years old, I said, what? At 19 years old, I started with $9,000. And at 26, I'm a millionaire. You said at 19, you started with $9,000? So you mean to tell me that you was pushing carts at grocery stores and you know, you saved all this money. You was able to save this money because nobody in your family needed help. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we really got to listen when these people are talking to us because they're exposing the subtle truths of why it is we are not able to get ahead. Remember, we operate as a community. So if somebody in our community is hurt, especially if they really like, in a sense, blood or they're related, we don't watch them grow up, we going to go into our money. And we gonna help. That's what we do. We've been doing that for a long time. When our parents go into retirement and they might need some money or they might need some help, we're going to help. So instead of money coming to the young, as in my life, one of the things I have to do is I have to take care of the young, and in some ways I have to find ways to shore up the older people in my life as well. So a lot of the wealth that he's talking about that he started off with was a result of all of the lack of competition that his people had because they blocked us out. We don't get to see this. A lot of these people are in the 1%, not because they worked hard, because of some of the privileges that was provided for them. Because you would be surprised what you would be able to do with an extra $9,000 that you was able to just to take and just totally focus on yourself. I ain't talking about a loan. I'm talking about a debt-free $9,000. I'm not talking about $9,000 in credit. I'm talking about a debt-free $9,000 that if you went out and you spent that shit, you would be all right because this is just extra money. How many of y'all got extra money right now? How many of y'all got extra $9,000? This white boy, 27 years old, a millionaire, is bragging about having $9,000 at 19. And I know for a lot of us, that's a small number. But when you really, really, really look at it, is it? Is it really? I just wanted to read a little bit of this because it's imperative. One of the laws of my aunt said being able to distinguish between the real and the unreal. And I need to make sure that my people are able to distinguish the real from the unreal and really realize where they are. Because if we don't know where we are, we don't know, we will definitely have no idea about where the hell we going. Come on now. Let's keep it real. Let me get off of this. Of course none of us is in there. $488,000 a year. $488,000 a year. Right? And then on top of that, you sitting on money. You came in sitting on money. You ain't got to help your mama with her mortgage because your mama's mama left her some money so that she would have a nest egg. Wealth was passed from generation to generation, and many of our families was blocked, but we blame ourselves. Oh, we wasn't working hard enough. We didn't hustle. We didn't grind. I keep on trying to tell, because at first, like I said, family, I have to admit, I was hooked on that shit. I'm not getting up early enough. I'm not working hard enough. It's a whole lot of other shit that play into that. Whole lot of other shit. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Implicit bias training coming to California teachers. Implicit bias. Now let's go and look at that. Implicit bias. What? Teachers ain't got no bias. We need to overhaul the whole education system. Anyway, California State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Tony Thurmond, said Thursday some of the issue raised by George Floyd case had their roots in the classroom. Didn't we talk about that? I told y'all this is spilling over into the other aspects, right? No, because some of these educators might not be physically choking a motherfucker out, but mentally and emotionally, they are torturing some of our children. I'm just saying. Don't even know it. Don't even care. I'm just doing my job. He wants to provide implicit bias training for teachers and educators across the state. Rolling out a campaign of sorts, a campaign to talk about implicit bias, said Thurmond during a meeting streamed live on the California Department of Education Facebook page. Implicit bias refers to the attitudes or stereotypes that affect our understanding, actions, and decisions in an unconscious manner. I'm banking on our ability to start the conversation about using education as a way to help building, healing, and understanding to promote tolerance, Thurmond said. Then we're going to have to change the history component. We're going to have to change some of the social study component. We are going to have to open it up to different authors as far as some of these goddamn textbooks. And I'm going to suggest this. After this COVID shit and after y'all pay me my reparations, we need to do for the teachers what America did for all the other people. Because I saw that shit. When they sent out them $1,200 checks, I said, why they can't do this for the teachers? And make their field a little bit more appealing to some of the more talented people out there. You know what I'm saying? Why can't the teachers get a bit? Because we will agree that teachers do shape the future. And we saw what's been shaped so far because when we look at what the police are doing now, because a lot of those went all of them should have came through our schools. Right? We see what's happening. A lot of these politicians come out of these schools. Like we just had somebody in Ohio say, black folks is getting more coronavirus because we don't wash our hands. No, he used the term colored. And I'm so glad I'm going to get to that story. Somebody heard us and they are requesting that his dumb white ass step down. See, and we got to be clear and be willing to say the truth. We can no longer safely listen to some of these motherfuckers spout some of this ignorance and be okay with it. Because when you let it go, when you let it go, you don't know who hit us. We need to cut that shit right off. Oh, that's some bullshit. Hold on, time out. You know, some of y'all be like, well, brother, how tell me you can't. No, well, sometimes you got Sometimes you got to be yourself. I'm on my show, I get to be myself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and it's unfortunate that it takes extreme situations. It's hard for me to be myself in a professional environment because people start talking about professionalism and shit. They don't want the truth. They want you to professionally lie to their ass. And I'm getting that shit makes me sick to my stomach. A motherfucker would prefer you to professionally lie to them than to give them the simple truth so that they can know where they are and they know where they're going. I see it in education all the time. A motherfucker or fatherfucker would prefer for you to lie to them professionally than to tell them the truth and keep their child lost and struggling. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, Starbucks ban employees from wearing anything to support Black Lives Matter. I bet not see not one of y'all black asses up at Starbucks. Not that I'm a Black Lives Matter supporter as far as that movement, but these motherfuckers, you know, they make all this money. You know what I'm saying? They charge all that money for black bean juice because that's what it is. Because coffee is a bean. They charge all that money for black bean juice, brown bean juice. You know what I'm saying? But yet, they want to act, and this is what's bothering me, family. We don't need for this to become a fad. We don't need for this to become a moment that we reflect on at the end of 2020, and right on December 31st. You remember the beginning of 2020 was tumultuous. We lost Kobe Bryant, and then we had the pandemic, and then we had the protest. Because that's what people are shooting for. Right? No. This is bigger than the protest, dog. You know what I'm saying? Some shit's about to change, so y'all need to get ready. We're moving into a different world. We're moving into a different reality. And if you allow people to fall back to sleep, that's because your ass wasn't loud enough. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. I see you out there. Get loud. Keep motherfuckers awake. No, you can't go back to sleep because your sleep as a West Asian is very dangerous for us. Wake your ass up. Stay woke. Stay woke. After 5 months of inaction on recommendation for police changes, Columbus holds first hearing. So, if he's on city council, who are they making recommendations for the police to change? Let's read this. Because we need to understand politics. Because I don't understand. If you had the mayor and you had a city council, who are they waiting for, and who are they making recommendations to change the police? Right? Because I think that's the way the order work. We got the mayor, and we got the city council, right? So who are the top bodies recommending changes to? Let's see. Please don't be who I think it is. All right, family. Remember, all the seats are coming up in 2023. We shooting for them. We want to get 3 seats. Excuse me. Man, that ambrosia got me burping. Thank God. Thank you. City Council President Shannon Harding apologized for inactions on Safety Commission's years of efforts to study how to improve Columbus Police Division. So this shit been sitting around collecting dust. When he released a 333-page report in August highlighting major problems and recommending changes to Columbus Division of Police, Mayor Andrew J. Ginther noted how such reviews often gather dust on the shelf. I didn't read this in advance. I'm sorry. They were not happy here, Ginther said of the Matrix report, done to assist his Columbus Community Safety Advisory Commission when implementing changes to police operation. But after years of efforts, starting in November 27, when Ginther announced creation of the commission, and culminating in January with a report containing its recommendation, the city's elected leaders had yet to hold a single hearing on the recommendation. Then the protests over the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis and racial injustice at the hands of police began on May 28th in Columbus. So are they saying, am I correct in assuming that they're saying that it was the city elected leaders had yet to hold a single hearing? So it was sitting on the elected officials. So the only thing that gets our elected official to move is pain. It took somebody dying 5 states away. I'm sorry, Columbus City Council President Shannon Harder told commission members Wednesday during the first hearing on the recommendation, that's not the thanks you deserve for your service. Harder noted that while the advisory commission waited for action by city leaders, some members were pepper sprayed, tear gassed, and pushed around by police on horseback during recent downtown protests. I'm sorry, don't mean to laugh. During the hearing, commission members highlighted many of their 80 recommendations. The suggestions range from simple things like not using credit scores to evaluate applicants' worthiness to be an officer, which can hit lower income application harder, to expensive training in dealing with children. The big recommendation, the Civilian Oversight Board, to review cases of alleged police misuse of their power. Currently, police misconduct claims are generally investigated by the Division of Police. Did y'all know that? Did you know that the police department could do some shit wrong and investigate themselves? Man, that's a goddamn privilege. I wish I could be accused of some shit and be like, look, I'm going to launch a goddamn investigation. Just imagine that shit. Just imagine you had that, you know what I'm saying? You arguing with your spouse, and your spouse accuse you of something. You say, look, that's enough of that. I'm going to launch an investigation immediately. And we're going to get to the bottom of this because I don't know what's coming out your mouth, but I'm going to investigate it. And you come back and be like, look, I found that the things that you were saying that I did, I don't actually do. That is dope. The police department got it going on. All right, Instagram, I'll check y'all later. The police department got it going on. They got it going on. They got it going on. So now, also with this oversight board that they are suggesting, a friend of mine in the ADOS community said that they need to make sure, and we need those of us that have influence with certain individuals and have conversations about stuff like this, we need to make sure that the commission or the oversight committee of the police, the ones that investigate that stuff, has subpoena power, has teeth, have the ability, because if it's just a civilian review board and the police are not responsible to them, what they will do is that they will blow them off. They can't subpoena me. Ain't no charges. So we need to make sure whatever comes out of this, it has to have teeth to be able to hold somebody up. And then also, be able to make the call on, hey, he needs to sit down. And him sitting down, he going to sit down without pay till we get to the bottom of this. If we are wrong, then we will give him back pay. But until then, he needs to sit his ass down, just like somebody else might be in jail, and just pray that everything work out, because I have had many of my friends who, even though they wasn't guilty, had to sit it out, lose their job, and wonder where they was going to get money from because they're being held because of some petty ass situation. And by the time they release, their whole life is in shambles because now the bills never stopped flowing. And the police need to understand that shit. They need to sit that shit out. Sit it out. Walk it off, nigga. Like you tell us. Walk it off. All right, let's go on. Trump planned rally in Tulsa, site of race massacre on Juneteenth, is almost blasphemous. historian says. Almost? It's almost blasphemous. All right. I'm going to let y'all go and deal with that one. Coronavirus update. Trump rally attendees cannot sue. Now, Trump got people signing stuff saying that they cannot sue if they get COVID-19. Here's another excellent piece. This dude be doing some good shit. I put up one he did on Mitch McConnell. I don't know this guy's name, but he's on Vice, and he talked about MLK-TM, how white moderates have co-opted the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. The name of the show, I guess, is A Seat at the Table, and it's called MLK-TM, which means trademark. Very, very interesting. I would suggest that y'all check that out. Byron Allen Comcast settled long-running battle over alleged racism. I need to process this one a little bit. I'm not really knowing. I have to really go and check out how I feel about this, because he brought up an old law that was basically overturned. You know what I'm saying? It's like he rolled the dice. In my opinion, he rolled the dice with the limited rights that we have in this country. And he won in the end, but did we? You know, that's one of the questions. He won. You know what I'm saying? He got the deal that he wanted, that he was suing for $20 billion, and I was in support of that shit. But now it's time to see that, you know, it's time for the give back, especially to the ADOS group, and we need to see that shit. I need to see that shit. Pentagon documents reveal the U.S. has planned for a Bitcoin rebellion. So they're preparing for this whole Bitcoin thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I just thought I would share that. It's pretty interesting. Go and check that out. You know, because they are actually doing war games with all of the military, preparing for what happens if the economy suddenly shifts to Bitcoin or some craziness like that. You know what I'm saying? How they gonna deal with that shit? And it ain't nice. Oh, here we go. Let's go and put his face up. Y'all need to see his face. Ohio senator who cited colored people not washing their hands fired from job as ER doctor. He was just fired. Ohio senator who cited colored people not washing their hands fired from job. He's an ER doctor and a state representative. Why not take a seat? Why not? He needs to go. And here you go. Here go the apology. Regrettably, I asked a question in an unintentional, awkward way that was perceived as hurtful and was exactly the opposite of what I meant. Senator Steve Huffman later said, I was trying to focus on why COVID-19 affects people of color at a higher rate since we really do not know all the reasons. That sounds intelligent. But for a motherfucker that is a lawmaker in the state and you can't look at the numbers of what's going on in your state and figure out that at least part of the reason why black folks or people of color, colored people, get this thing more often than others is because a lot of us work in essential positions. A lot of us are working in places where we have to come in contact with people at a regular basis. A lot of us wasn't blessed to be able to go to medical school and get COVID-19, you know, in the ER room and shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, how can he be a representative of Ohio and be that ignorant? That shit need to be shut down. He need to be sent home. He need to be sent home. And whatever part of Ohio he from, shame on y'all for having such an idiot, because he just reflected on how y'all really feel out there. I don't give a fuck what he say right here. You can clean up anything. You can clean up anything. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. And I'm done. Boom, boom, boom. All right, family. Listen, I want to thank y'all for tuning in and checking us out. You know what I'm saying? I want to let y'all know that I love you. What's up, Brother John? How's everything going? All right. I want to thank every last one of y'all for tuning in and taking the time. Make sure you like, share. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, follow, like, whatever. Click the notifications. Do a cartwheel. Do 10 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Go swimming. Roll on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever it takes. Just make sure you like Gye-Nyame journey. No-win situation with Byron. Down for having to appeal to a justice system weighted at the higher end. Kamathi interview. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's keep it moving. Let's keep building. Let's keep on. Because family, y'all, we are growing by leaps and bounds. And remember, we are now 8 days away from the DigiFest. And I still have to figure out how I'm going to pull this shit off. Man, it's great to be me. Oh, my God. All right. So I'm going to be sending out links. Some of y'all going to be testing links for me so I can make sure I got this thing mastered beforehand. And also remember, we have the Per Ankh coming up. I think it's at 11:30 on this Imani Day, and it's going to be real good. So check us out. We're going to be using some of the experimental technology as well. And with that, family, I'm so glad we had this time together to have a laugh or sing a song.
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? Too strong? Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
We were born to be great.
Ayimbobe is an acronym. Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means lion, of course. With that, we're working with resiliency. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them. There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate? Yoga, meditation, and Bube. Mind, Body, Universal Balance, Empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, and let's build together.